que mi vida tenga más sentido. Atención, yo quiero estar contigo. Tú eres como el agua clara que llueve del cielo.
Cabrón.
Te quiero porque quiero que me quieras, porque como tú no hay nadie más que me pueda soñar.
Chinga, qué pedo. Tranquilo, güey. Tranquilo, güey, tranquilo.
Con mis deseos en cuestión de piel.
Tranquilo, güey, tranquilo ya. No te merecía, la neta.
Es mucho.
Oh my God, what happened? Did he hurt you?
Hey, she's fine. We're fine.
She doesn't look fine.
Are you ready to die over this? Seriously?
Is this how you want your hike to end? Hi, I'm John Hamm. Over 100% of all domestic disputes are just two people trying to work stuff out. You getting involved isn't gonna help. You don't know what's going on. I don't care what you think you see, just keep your eyes down and keep walking. For more information on how to not get involved, go to www.don'tbeahero.com.
Yeah, hey, yeah. Woman don't owe you shit with your dusty Tim-Tims. Can't pull up to a crib cause you bought a din-din. All outside with your dick like let me come in. Not even by the hairs on your chinny-chin-chin. Yeah, woman don't owe you. Yeah, woman don't owe you shit. Boy, woman don't owe you.
Hey guys, you hear that? Women don't owe men anything. No matter what you do, they don't owe you anything. So guys, don't take them out on dinner dates. Don't pay their bills. Don't buy them gifts. They don't need us anymore, guys. This song, did you hear the song? They don't need us for nothing. They're free. They can do whatever they want. Bros, just focus on yourself.
Can we ask the zodiac signs real quick?
Oh my God, no, bro.
Please.
No, bro. That shit
guess?
does not matter.
Yes?
It is not true,
guess.
bro.
I like when people guess.
Yes. Okay.
How do y'all feel when girls be saying that though?
I feel like a lot of the shit that you say is gonna be in fucking valid. That's exactly what because it's like this. If you wanted to guess my sign and I told you, you say, "Oh, I think you're a Cancer," and I'd be like, "No, I'm a Taurus."
Are you?
Yes, I'm a Taurus. Do I act like a Taurus?
You do.
I do?
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking Taurus.
You said that one coming.
Talk about this because you really can't be a man of value or consequence if you're out here moving sexually irresponsible. We're gonna get into it. Jumping in all kind of freaky situations, not understanding the long-term possible ramifications to your brand, dropping babies all over the place, mishandling situations with people you're having consensual sex with, ghosting women after you hook up. Hello?
Yo, what is going on, guys? What is going on, guys? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's see. Make sure you guys yo. Okay, here we go. All right, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Killer Kawabo. Welcome to another episode of Men Operating in Reality. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are being safe. Giving you another live stream. I'm sorry I didn't get to you guys on Monday, but kind of lost track of time when I was hanging out with friends for Memorial Day, and then I had to go to work. But I'm making it up for you guys today, and we're gonna talk about women are not held accountable in today's society. Now, before we get started, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, hit that notification, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know next time I drop, as well as if you want to help grow this page monetarily, you can do it to the Cash App. It'd be much appreciated. Now, I'm going to just go straight into the videos today. We're going to do a breakdown. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Goodbread. This video comes from his page, Brutally Honest Goodbread. And he did a great breakdown. Now, he's going to talk about black women. But what I'm talking about today is all women. It's not just black women. So we'll talk about that. And then we'll also talk about Derek Jackson as well. Y'all know the famous Derek Jackson, the dude who was telling all these modern women that they ain't nothing. All these modern women that men ain't nothing. They should treat men like this. So if a man ain't doing this for you, you should leave him in the dust or whatever. He was a simp. All the while, he's doing the same things he was talking about. This guy doing the same things he was talking about, saying what that men are dogs and all that type of shit. He was dogging his own wife. His own wife. Now we're gonna talk about that. Again, if you enjoy this live stream, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, so you know next time I drop. And if you want to help grow this page monetarily, donate to the Cash App. You see the ticker down below. And yeah, let's get started. Again, we're gonna start off with my brother, Mr. Goodbread. We'll have Mr. Goodbread talk a little bit. Please go give him a sub. This video is from the Brutally Honest Goodbread, but he also has the Mr. Goodbread show. So make sure y'all give him a sub, hit that like button, and if you're new to his page, let Mr. Goodbread know that you came to his page through me. All right, let's get started.
I know y'all chill, relax how y'all chill. You know what I mean? Get your popcorn. Where all my low-hanging fruits at? Y'all might want to get your asthma pumped for this one. You know what I mean? Fellas, pay attention. All right. Ever since we were small, guys, and we was in elementary school, when you get in trouble, don't the little girl in your class just start crying, right? She just cry her way right out of the trouble, right? Y'all could have been cutting class, y'all could have been doing some dumb shit together, right? Y'all get caught red-handed, what she do? She just bust out and just start crying, right? And what the teacher do, right? A slap on the wrist. But you probably got crucified.
And not only does, and to add on to that, not only does she start crying, she will snitch on you too. And it don't matter if it's your sister, if it's your girlfriend. If y'all were doing dirt together, she was the first one to turn on you. People talk about, oh, it's your boys, no snitching, all that type of stuff. Nah, it's a girl. It's the woman in your life that will snitch on you real quick, just to get away from the consequences of being held accountable.
Same shit, right? So for long periods of time, women just society don't set accountability for females. So you can't even be mad at females at this point. You have to be mad at society.
He's right.
You say why you say that? Why society? Guys, where's my guys that pay child support? Right? Even though guys, you supposed to pay your child support because child support is for your kid. But you know why you pay child support, right? You pay child support because the city of New York holds you accountable. You know what I mean? You know why guys walk around here and be good Samaritans and good civilians? Because the city holds you accountable. Niggas ain't just running around here being good Samaritans and genuine folks for no reason. No.
That's a fact. I just saw a video today where a man who was he wasn't paying child support per se, but he was paying his baby moms. He paid his baby moms over like $1 million for a year, and then he got charged back paid child support because the city was like, no, you didn't pay it through us. You may have, if what you gave to her was a gift, you didn't pay it through us. So we're going to charge you another $1 million. And he's definitely right. A lot of guys, I'm not saying guys ain't good men or whatever, but a lot of reason why we stay in our P's and Q's is that we know we're going to be held accountable for our actions. So much so that we have plenty of men in jail right now who are innocent. We've had plenty of men that have been released recently who have been found innocent of sexual accusations, of rape. We had one guy who just got out of jail in March because a woman dreamed that he raped her. Dreamed. He didn't even do it. Dreamed. And again, and then also look at how many men who are there's plenty of stories that of men who are on child support who never even had sex with the woman. A woman will literally put a guy's name. There was a story just recently. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. There was a story just recently. One man never even met the woman. A man was being pinned for child support because the woman just put his name on the line. She lied the whole time. No accountability for her. But he almost lost his wife because the wife think he cheated. He almost lost his job because I think he was a pastor. I want to say, I might be wrong, but I think he was a pastor. He almost lost his job. He almost lost his wife, and he almost lost his money. And he also almost lost his credibility. I mean, in a court of public opinion, you lose your credibility. Shout out to Zone TV. Salute, brothers. Thanks for coming through, man. This dude almost lost his credibility because a woman lied on him and said, oh, that's the baby dad. He was being held accountable. And what happened to her? Not a damn thing. Let's continue.
Society holds you accountable. Right? See how society holds the male accountable, but now let's see how society holds females accountable. Number one, guy. According to society, right? If a female has a sexual encounter with a bum ass nigga, you know what I mean? Of course, you're not gonna let a bum hit it, but damn near. But if a female has a sexual encounter with a bum, she's still not held accountable for that relationship to break up. What happens if that relationship don't work? The female society grants the female with a child support check. The female could either get housing, she can get a whole boatload of governmental assistance programs for the bad decision of two people, right? Guy made a bad decision, she made a bad decision. Guy didn't say put the condom on, she didn't say put the condom on. She got to carry this baby though. So you would think that you would think that as long as it's not rape, she was supposed to be responsible for the condom. But the guy got to take full responsibility also. But like I said,
I agree with that.
Stupid mistake. The guy,
and I'm put some on top of that as well. We as the taxpayer, mostly men, mostly men's gonna be paying for this. We as a taxpayer gonna be paying for that housing. We're gonna be paying for that welfare, whatever. We're gonna be paying for that. Us as men who do not have children, who do not have no baby moms out there, we're not deadbeat dads. Our money's gonna be going to this woman in order to survive.
I pays for it. Society says the guy pays for it. Right? That's one. So it's no accountability. So girl can go have sexual encounters, 2 baby daddies, 5 kids, and society says she's not wrong. The father is wrong. The baby daddies is wrong. They need to pay up. Da 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 blah blah. All right, so we got that.
Exactly.
Right? That's not debate.
And then modern women have the goal to say, "My body, my choice." They say mind, body, my choice, but when they get pregnant by a bum dude who doesn't want to be a father, and I'm not saying that men should not be. If you get a girl pregnant, you should be taking care of your child. But there's a lot of men who literally tell these women, "I don't want to be a daddy," and these women force these men to be fathers. These modern women will literally say, "Oh, it's his fault that I got pregnant. It's his fault that women are going around and have been women like." First of all, lady, you said my body, my choice. Second of all, you didn't make marriage. You didn't make marriage a what's the word I'm looking for? You didn't make marriage important. So you didn't wait to see if this. You didn't even wait to see if this guy was going to take care of you. You didn't wait to see if this guy was going to take care of you. You didn't wait to see if this guy was going to be a provider, a protector. And you didn't make marriage a requirement. That's what I'm looking for. You didn't make marriage a requirement. So you get pregnant by a bum dude, and then you expect them to all of a sudden change. Y'all forget that back in the day, we had a thing called shotgun weddings. So when a bum dude used to get a woman pregnant, the dad will take a shotgun and put it to the back of his head and say, "You are marrying my daughter." Now, granted, there's not really fathers in the home like that, but again, that's modern woman's fault. Let's continue.
Debatable. Society don't hold them accountable for that. We're not going to debate that. I'm not finna argue with no female. You're not held accountable for stupid sexual actions.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. Right, that's one. Two, guys. False rape accusations, guys.
This is a big one.
If a female decides to wake up, and for any reason, say you touched her, you raped her, that should have fucked your whole life up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be going in and out of court. You'll be having to register as an offender. All types of shit to damage your life.
Yep.
Let's say she's wrong. And if you did rape a female, you should. But false accusations.
I agree. If you did do something to a female, you should. Which is being held accountable for your actions. But I'm going to let Mr. Goodbad finish up what he's talking about. And then I'm going to break it down.
That means you didn't touch the girl. That means it was consensual. She's in her feelings. Now she wants to be vindictive, right? She can just easily do that. Just easily just pop up and say, "He raped me." Right? No accountability. Because now, when they find out that she's lying, what they do? Slap on the wrist, right? Just like the little girl in the school.
Yep.
She's crying. Slap on the wrist, let her go about her way, right? Society holds no accountability for that shit. Now, if society start giving out 20 to life, like the same amount that they're going to give the nigga that she's lying on, if he was found guilty, it wouldn't be a lot of false. It would be that false accusation should be out the window.
Exactly. And because a lot of women love to use that false accusation to get at the men because they know that if the man is innocent, and we're talking about false accusations, we ain't talking about the man actually did it, and there's evidence against him. But when there's false accusations, it ruins the man's life. He may lose his job. In the court of public opinion, he lose. And even if it comes out that he's telling the truth, he still loses in the court of public opinion. He still loses his reputation. I did that story a couple months ago in Britain, where a woman literally lied on multiple men, to the point where she went to the hardware store and cut her own fingers off, beat herself up to make the story believable. They found out she was lying. The men's reputations is done. One man had a store. Store was destroyed because everybody thought he did it. The store was, he lost his livelihood. He's still trying to make himself. People still don't believe these men. Look at what, for example, Johnny Depp. Because there's also I don't remember if Mr. Goodbad added abuse to the additives, but If he does, I'll break it down even further. But we have plenty of stories where when women divorce a man, what do they add? What does they say? He was abusive. He was mentally abusive, emotionally abusive, physically abusive. When all the while, it's the woman who's doing all that. What do they tell men? What did these women tell men in their marriage? Oh, you're not good enough. Oh, you don't make enough money. Oh, I'm better than you. And they will hit on the man. They will hit the man. They will what he calls violence, hit the man on camera. They were doing it on camera. And yes, there is sometimes mutual combat. There is mutual combat where the woman hit the man and the man gets mad. He starts hitting the woman back, which I personally don't believe that a man should put his hands on a woman. However, I don't blame the man if he's protecting himself. With that being said, we have so many instances nowadays where women are the ones that instigate the situation. They will hit on the man. They will beat the man. They will do all this type of crazy stuff on the man. And then they will make the excuse, oh, this guy was abusive. As soon as the dude retaliates, oh, this guy was abusive. This guy was mentally, emotionally, financially abusive, physically abusive. You know, I consented to sex, but I didn't really want to. So he raped me. And then men will have to deal with all that. Men will have to deal with this. Is what you have to deal with when you're dealing with modern women. When you date, and not even date, no, you're dealing with them, because you don't even have to date these modern women for this to happen. Again, there's so many men that deal with these accusations that didn't even know the woman. They didn't even have sex with a woman. They didn't even date the woman, and they dealing with stuff like this. But yet, when the woman is found to be a liar, nothing happens. Nothing happens. And it's so funny to me as well. A man could come with evidence, witnesses, the actual story, non-changing story, which sounds very plausible. And then people will be like, I don't believe it because it came from the lawyer. Or I don't believe it because, or I don't believe it because it came from him. I gotta listen to the woman first. All the while she lying to everyone. There was I don't know how many stories. What's that dude's name? The boxer. I think it's Davis. He almost went to prison because his ex-girlfriend lied on him, saying that he beat her up. Which was found out to be not true. Then what happened to her? Nothing. Luckily for Davis, he didn't lose his reputation and whatnot. But it could have been very bad for his boxing career. There was another rapper. I can't remember what this rapper's name was. But he almost got charged for touching a minor because the mother, a single mother, which is why you don't date single mothers, the mother groomed the child to saying that the rapper, I can't think of the dude's name, but but she groomed the child to say that the rapper touched him inappropriately. But it was found in court she was lying. What happened to her? Matter of fact, he tried to sue her, right? He tried to sue her, and the judge presiding over that case, threw it out. And now they're trying to go for double jeopardy. Be like, oh, I don't believe this guy. We got to go after him again, even though it was proven she lied. And there's people that's still defending her. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. We all know that story. There's still women defending Amber Heard, even though we got all the evidence that proved Johnny Depp was innocent. Johnny Depp still can't live his life because of these people who are in their feelings, which is usually women, and they quote unquote believe all women, even though there's evidence, there's facts, there's videos, there's tapes that prove otherwise, but they still believe him though. Let's continue.
If a chick ain't get raped, she ain't gonna flirt with it, because why? A society would have accountability for her ass. But no, you know what I mean? Get caught in a lie, don't prove you, throw it out the window, 2 days in jail, 16 hours in jail type shit. Stupid shit.
That's
no
a fact.
accountability.
That's a fact.
What's worse about that is, let's say the guy has money. Let's say this is a guy that's financially stable, millionaire type shit. Do you know that in some cases, the guy's lawyer is going to tell them pretty much like this. If me and lady out partying one night, right? We partying one day. And an old scraggler happened to find her way back chilling with us. And she screamed, we did some crazy shit to her. Our lawyers at some point will dead step in there and tell us, like, yo, guys, we need to start thinking about paying a settlement to make this go bye-bye. True or false, whether we did it or not, this lying-ass female gonna get her some money.
Mm-hmm.
So society says a broke chick could wake up, say a nigga with bread, a couple with bread, a female with bread. That's rare too. That's we're gonna get back to that because you really don't hear that. I mean, that's the sisterhood shit. That's that sisterhood shit. I mean, but you normally hear guy, girl, settle out, she gets a check. And this is society, guys. So you can't be mad at females for acting the way they act, bro. They are pushed. The agenda has beat them in their brain.
Exactly.
To allow them to think that certain shit is acceptable, guys.
Oh, yeah.
And last but not least, the one that I hate the most, the shit that I fucking hate the most about society and how they let, it's no accountability for women. Guy hits girl. Guy going to jail.
Yep.
Automatically, off the rip.
Off the rip.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, truthfully.
Which I agree.
That's the weakest man in the world, man that put his hands on a female.
Like I said before, a man should not put his hands on a female like that. We're stronger, we're faster, we're physically better than women. All right, one slap could kill her. You shouldn't be doing that as a man. You shouldn't be doing that. But I'm gonna let Mr. Goodbrad finish up what he was talking about. Shout out to KDH, man. Salute, brother. Thanks for coming through.
No. But a female hits a guy, and it's acceptable in society. Society has no accountability for the female. Just recently, they start locking 2 people up for the domestic violence. I mean, it's one day. You know what I mean? No accountability. For example, guys.
Not even is it acceptable. Men get laughed at. Men get laughed at for being abused. I just saw a Twitter post, or I just saw a post on Twitter where a dude was talking about how his girlfriend attacked him. I think she slashed him. He didn't even call the police. The police just rolled up because they were in the parking lot. She was attacking him. Every woman in his comments were saying, "Go pay her bail, free her. You should get back with her. She's just showing she loves you." What? Hold on. What? That's a form of love? If that's a form of love, then you wonder why. If that's a form of love, then you're wondering why men are going MGTOW. Because that's some bull, man. Let's finish up.
Y'all all remember Ray Rice? I don't know for those.
Shout out to my brother, Mr. Goodbread. You actually the inspiration for this episode, bro. Because I saw this video, I was like, yo, this is a great breakdown. Again, this is from Mr. Goodbread. Oh, this is actually from the Brutally Honest Goodbread. So subscribe to that, but also subscribe to the Mr. Goodbread Show. One of the hardest working dudes on YouTube.
Those of you, that was the football player. He was hot, a running back. He was a hot running back. This dude did some old crazy shit though. He knocked this girl out on the elevator, knocked her out on the elevator, dragged her off the elevator. All on camera, guys. All on camera. He ain't never been the same. His career ain't never been the same since that. Guys, how many of you remember the Solange Jay-Z elevator incident, guys? When Solange hooked off on Jay-Z. How many females, how many people in general rooted that shit? Rooted for that shit. That shit was the talk of laughing stock. Like, oh, she fucked Jay-Z up in the elevator. Where's the?
And then guess who was held accountable for that? Jay-Z. People say, oh, Jay-Z must have cheated. Jay-Z must have did this. Jay-Z must have did that. Nobody said, oh, Solange should go to jail. Solange commit violence. Solange should be held accountable. Nobody said that. Nobody did a damn thing. Now, Solange's career went down the drain, but she never really had a career in the first place. But they all try to hold Jay-Z accountable, trying to say he must have did something. He must have did something to get that. But if it was the other way around, right? If going back to what Mr. Goodbread said earlier about the football player that beat his girl in the elevator, if it was the other way around, and then people would have said, "Oh, what did she do to deserve it? Well, she must have been talking too much. She must have did that." People would call you all types of misogynist. People would say you hate women and you are a wife beater and all that stuff. But when a woman hits a man, we need to find the context. What did he do to her? What did he make her feel? Man, you wonder what my men are going to make time today. You wonder why men are not even dealing with modern women, not even trying to talk with them anymore.
Is the accountability for that? She should have went to jail. Has society set the example out of that one? You'd be a lot less of these aggressive thinking that they could just swing off and hook off on men and not get their whole head knocked off.
That's a fact.
Because he's supposed to be a gentleman. You see how this is what Red Pill is. Because it's a lot of Hollywood, Walt Disney bullshit running around here, right?
Yep.
It's a lot of Walt Disney bullshit that they want you to believe in. The society, the agenda, and the female, the woman. It's a bunch. I mean, it's this. Let's make the rules up as we go. We're gonna walk through this fairy tale shit and make the rules up as we go. You know what I mean? That's not how it was, guys. This is that new shit. That's not how it was, and that's not how God wanted. You feel me? And karma is real. Karma is real. Karma see this shit. That's why it's a lot more struggling, depressed females than it is men.
Yep.
Believe it or not. But anyway, guys, I ain't gonna drag this video. I hope I answered your question. That's exactly why females act the way they fucking act. And guess what, guys? If we wasn't held accountable for the things that society holds us accountable to, we would be acting a fucking fool too.
I agree with him. If men wasn't being held accountable, which I feel like we're overly held accountable, personally, because we got a lot of innocent men. You don't hear no innocent women in jail for rape. You don't hear no innocent women in jail for all that type of stuff of beating on a man. I feel we're overly held accountable. But if we weren't held accountable for our actions, we'd be acting the damn fool too. I ain't gonna hold you. We'd be acting the damn fool as well. Shout out to Mr. Goodbad for that great video. Again, make sure you guys subscribe to Mr. Goodbad's show and the Brutally Honest Goodbad, where I got that video from. Now we're going to continue. Let me show this video real quick. Let me see. Make sure it doesn't. Okay. Now I don't necessarily have the full story. Hold on. Now I don't necessarily have the full story. And if you guys in the chat know the full story, you guys can inform me of it. We guys actually read that as well. But we're gonna read the caption. ex-NFL player Travis Rudolph, ex-girlfriend, lied about him physically assaulting her, then sent her brothers to his house armed with guns. Travis fired a rifle 39 times, resulting in the death of one. So, okay, that's the story. Okay, that's the story. That's the story right there. As you can see, you appreciate it, good bread. Mr. Good Bread. I appreciate that a lot, brother. As you can see, ex-NFL player was lied on. Which, and this is what happens to a lot of men. A lot of the reason why men get taken out is because a woman lies. A woman will say, "Oh, this dude is assaulting me." There was one video a couple of months back where a woman told her brothers her husband was assaulting him, resulting in both of her brothers getting killed, I think, getting taken out. I think, if I'm not mistaken. We've had so many instances, was go all the way back to Emmett Till, the very famous one, where a woman lied on him, saying that he was whistling at her, and then her husband and the friend went to go take him out. And and what's funny is modern women, especially black women, when she died, because she just died recently, modern women were still defending her, saying, "Oh, she had an abusive husband. Oh, the husband, because supposedly she was cheating on the husband with some other dude." And he was saying, "Oh, the husband was doing this, the husband was doing that, the husband was abusive. That's why." Again, society taking away accountability to the woman from the woman and putting it towards the man. Even though the husband deserves the accountability because he did the deed, he would not have done the deed on Emmett Till if it wasn't for that chick. So I actually want to read this caption, the other caption right here before I start the video. Day 2 of the murder trial of former Florida State University football player Travis Rudolph began Thursday. Attorneys for both sides presented opening statements Wednesday, one casting Rudolph as the aggressor and the other insisting he was a victim. Rudolph, who played briefly in the NFL, is charged with murder and 3 counts of attempted murder in connection of a fatal shooting outside of Lake Park home 2 years ago. So this man was defending himself, right? He was defending himself, but he gets blamed. Even though the woman was the aggressor, was attacking him, she sent her brothers, which women will do that. They will send a man they don't like. He could just do something, not even mad. He could do something. He could just insult her real quick. They will send other men to take that man out. And this is why men be killing each other. Because a woman will lie and say, "Oh, this guy did something to me. Okay, I'm going to go handle it." And then one of them is going to go. One of them is going to be taken out. One of them is going to be taken out. And while the woman is just going to be walking away, no accountability whatsoever. Four men appeared on Rudolph's doorstep midnight on April 7, 2021 to confront him about a dispute he had with his girlfriend hours earlier. The dispute turned violent, Rudolph said, and he armed himself with an AR-15. Prosecutors told jurors Wednesday that the men he had... Oh, I guess there's more to it. All right. The men he had already begun to drive away in the black Cadillac by the time Rudolph fired 39 rounds in their direction, killing Sebastian Jean Jacques in the passenger seat. Rudolph asked Circuit Judge Jeffrey Gillen to dismiss the case last year on the basis of Florida's Stand Your Ground law, which permits the use of deadly force to protect against either death or great bodily harm. Gillen denied his request, leaving jurors to decide whether Rudolph ended Jean Jacques' life to save his own. Christopher Lowe, one of the 4 young men who arrived at Rudolph's house, said he and his friends did so without a plan. They knocked on the door. Rudolph's brother answered, quickly followed by Rudolph himself. Lowe said they were there to talk to Rudolph about the altercation. No, they weren't. No, they were not. They were there to beat him down or take his life. Because this is a black man. You're a black man. You got a sister. You hear your sister, or you got a female friend. Those usually simps. If she's dealing with a simp, you hear your friend or your sister is getting beat on by the boyfriend or the husband. You're gonna handle business. You're gonna beat them down. It's been that way for centuries. It's why the father is supposed to meet the boyfriend. It's why we had that one little scene in what's it called, Bad Boys 2. It's what usually happens. All right, they were going to beat him down. He knows this. All right, Lowe said they were there to talk to Rudolph about an altercation he had with Dominique Jones, his girlfriend at the time. But the NFL player acted as though he expected a fight. Of course, he expected a fight. She told these guys that he was beating her down. What do you think they're gonna do? Just hey, man. We heard you just beating our sister. Can you just stop, man? Can you just chill out, man? Can you just not beat her? No, they were gonna beat her down. They're gonna beat him up. He was ready for a fight. They exchanged a few words, and Rudolph body slammed Jones' brother, Keyshawn Jones, in the front yard. Lowe said a brawl ensued. Lowe said he didn't bring a weapon to Rudolph's house and didn't see any of the men in the party brandish one either. Their fist fight was broken up by periodic pauses, reunited each time someone threw another punch. Lowe said he and Keyshawn realized at the same time that it needed to end. Lowe said that Jean-Jacques ran back to the car. They scooted inside a second before Rudolph began firing. Bro, first of all, you come to a man's house, 4 men deep. You don't think he's going to defend himself for one? You come to my house, I'm bringing a strap up immediately. 2, you're going to go to the car. You actually get into a fight. It's 4-on-1. Or maybe 4-on-2 because it says his brother was there. But he was outnumbered. You don't think you're going to strap up? What is Mr. Goodbread saying? Wrap up, strap up, don't play with your life. He wasn't playing with his life. He was not playing with his life. And then y'all run back to the car and thinking he's not going to expect you guys going to pull something out. Come on, man. Most people have firearms nowadays. It's not unbelievable that the men that are going to come and attack you are going to have a weapon and try to take your life. So let's watch this video because I think it's a short video. As you can see, she hitting up on him. Now they're going okay. They're going I don't know if y'all can see the text, but the text was showing she was sending the brothers to his house.
True that you were the first person to become physically violent with Travis and not the other way around?
No.
Not at all?
Something or show me something if I can't recall the exact
steps
of the moment.
Yo, now she can't recall. When she's being grilled, she can't recall. But when she was texting her brothers, when she got mad at him for whatever reason, this is what she was doing. And then now all of a sudden, when she's on the spot, she can't recall. Man, and this is why it's hard to believe women nowadays. Man, if you were really getting beat down like this, you would have that shit ingrained in your memory. That's your life. A man beating you down is damn near close to getting killed. Damn near. You're gonna be like, oh, I can't recall what happened. Yeah, he beat me, but I don't remember exactly. How you not remember exactly? You don't remember every single detail to send a man who was hurt, was threatening your life to prison? You're not gonna remember that detail? You're not gonna remember every exact detail for your safety? This is insane.
Question. Okay, so you were the first one to become physically violent with Travis, not the other way around. Answer, correct.
Yes, I said correct.
You remember that?
Yes.
So you smashed his iPhone not out of anger, but because you were hurt?
Yes. And
yeah,
I didn't.
No. Oh my God.
I'm done. My children is dead. I'm done. I'm done with life. And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done. I'm killing myself. I'm done. I'm done.
Women will use emotion to justify violence. You cheat on your woman, which I don't suggest, but you cheat on your woman, she will run you over with your car, and then women will clap it up like, yeah, he deserved it. He cheated on you. You text another woman for whatever reason, she'll run you over, and women will clap it up. Women can congratulate you. What was that one chick that annihilated an entire family when she drove past the stoplight in LA and destroyed a family over because her boyfriend broke up with her. And now they are trying to say that what was it? She had seizure or something. And she had multiple amounts of seizures to where there was one time she tried to jump out a window because she had a seizure, and then she had a seizure in the car. Man, this is getting nuts. Women not being held accountable for their actions, bro.
Send my brothers to kill him.
You just sent a text to go shoot up his shit, right?
I didn't say shoot him.
You
Oh
sent a
my
text
God.
to go shoot up his shit, right?
Correct.
Tell the jury what the shit is.
When you're angry, you say things. I'm sure everyone in this courtroom has said something when you're.
Ma'am, you literally made a threat. You didn't say he was whack. You didn't even defame him. You didn't even just call him an abuser. You sent people to shoot up his house. You issued a threat. You essentially issued a hit. But all of a sudden it's, when you're angry, you say stuff. But imagine if he would have said stuff to her. He would have been emotionally abusive, mentally abusive. He would have added a physical abuse because words hurt. Yo, this is getting nuts, bro. All so she won't have to face consequences for her actions. But by him defending himself on multiple occasions because his girl attacked him, her brothers and his friends attacked him, and now is being attacked by the court system, and he lost his probably his scholarship or whatever his place in the football team. He's going through all this because he was dealing with the modern women. Yo, wow.
I'm trying to speak. If you want me to answer your question, you have to let me answer your question.
Oh my! I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep pausing like that. But oh my God, man, this goes to show with these modern black women, bro. Even in the court of law, they are so insubordinate. Even when in the court of law, they're still insubordinate. This is crazy. And now we can definitely, by her attitude right now, you already know that she's the aggressor. You already know that she's the one that was hitting on him. Just by that moment right there.
Answer to my question, I wouldn't have.
All right. Answer the question, please.
Okay. Can you repeat your question?
Question was shit. What does shit mean in the context of that text?
Anything but him.
Okay. So it could have been his brother?
No.
It could have been his house.
Nothing violent toward a person.
It could have been his mother's house, right?
Ma'am, even if you okay, let's just go with that. Let's just say she didn't mean to shoot a person. Just shooting somebody's house is still violent. That's still a crime. And again, these modern women try to circumvent, just to juxtapose the rules, just so they can get sympathy and weave away from the consequences. And like Mr. Goodbreast said, if modern women were held accountable to this action for their actions they did, like hitting on men and sending hit men to a man's house, they could do 20 to life. Oh, this would not be happening like that. But unfortunately, society does not hold women accountable for nothing.
I was upset and my adrenaline running and something that I didn't mean. That's the bottom line of that. I didn't mean for my brothers to do any of that. That's why when my brother left the house, he did not have a firearm on him. People say things when they're upset that they don't mean all the time, but
lady, okay, you may not have meant it, but you said it and they did it. Oh my gosh. Yo, the things that modern women love to say in order to get away from consequence is just baffling to me. And then people wonder why men are just not dealing with. People wonder why this red pill MGTOW space is big. People wonder why this is big. Why it's growing. Why men are more in red pill and MGTOW. Why do this is why. We see this. Men experience this. And then women just all straight like, oh, this is not happening. This don't happen. Oh, men are doing this. Men are the violent ones. Men are the one that. This is getting nuts.
Since the situation has happened, it obviously blew up 20 times more. But I didn't necessarily mean for anything to happen to Travis, his family, his house, or anything. It was like my second home. I would not want anything to happen there.
All right. And he never raised a hand and touched you, did he not?
Yeah, he was raising his hand the whole time, like grabbing me.
Yeah, raising his hand to protect himself. Look at that. Look at the way she's attacking him. He's raising his hand to protect himself. I'm gonna let this play through.
Isn't it true that you were the first person to become physically violent with Travis and not the other way around?
No.
Not at all?
Something or show me something if I can't recall the exact
Can't
steps
recall.
of the moments.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, so you were the first one to become physically violent with Travis, not the other way around. Answer, correct.
Yes, I said correct.
You remember that? Yes. So you smashed his iPhone not out of anger, but because you were hurt?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't send my brothers to kill him.
No, you just sent a text to go shoot up his shit, right?
I didn't say shoot him.
You sent a
Oh
text
my
to
God.
go shoot up his shit, right?
Correct.
That pissed me off right there. Tomato. Oh, I didn't send him to shoot him. I just sent him to shoot his shit. Don't shoot him though. Shoot his house up though. Even though his moms and him and his brothers probably have children in the house, don't shoot people. Shoot the house. Like people not gonna get hurt. Jesus Christ.
What the shit is?
When you're angry, you say things. I'm sure everyone in this courtroom has said something when I'm trying to speak. If you want me to answer your question, you have to let me answer your question.
Well, if you were responsive to my question, I wouldn't have.
All right. Answer the question, please.
Okay. Can you repeat your question?
Question was shit. What does shit mean in the context of that text?
And just look how she's acting with this lawyer. Y'all, people wonder why Kevin Samuel used to blow up on modern women. It's because of shit like that. They can't answer the question. They can't answer the question directly. It's always, oh, I didn't mean to say like that. I said it like this. And that, bruh. What? You want people wonder why Kevin Samuel used to blow up on these women? Because they would be trying to be confused, say words to confuse you, just to go around and be like, yeah, what? Man.
Anything but him.
Okay. So it could have been his brother.
No.
It could have been the house.
Nothing violent toward a person.
It could have been his mother's house, right?
I was upset and my adrenaline was running and I said something that I didn't mean. That's the bottom line of that. I didn't mean for my brothers to do any of that. That's why when my brother left the house, he did not have a firearm on him. People say things when they're upset that they don't mean all the time. But since the situation has happened, it obviously blew up 20 times more. But I didn't necessarily mean for anything to happen to Travis, his family, his house, or anything. It was like my second home. I would not want anything to happen there.
All right. And he never raised a hand and touched you, did he not?
Yeah, he was raising his hand the whole time, like grabbing me.
All right. Man, and this is what you have to deal with. This is the type of women that you have to deal with, men. Women who will lie on you when the shit hits the fan, because as you see, it backfired on her. Pun intended. Pun intended. But as you see, when shit hits the fan, she gets mad at you. When her feelings are hurt, she will attack you. She will try and take you out. She will send other men to take you out. All because you hurt her feelings. And then when you protect yourself, it doesn't matter. It honestly does not matter how you protect yourself. It could be with your hands. It could be with a weapon. When you protect yourself, you are still held accountable for your actions. Like Mr. Goodbread said, we're still held accountable for our actions. Even we're overly held accountable. Matter of fact, as you can see, this guy was defending himself in his home. He was defending himself in his home where men just walked up on him. He had to lay the smack down. He took somebody's life, which is unfortunate because I don't like seeing black men taking each other out. But he had to do it. Now he lost his job, which is being a football player. He lost his the quote unquote love of his life, and he might be losing his entire life. He might end up in prison. And this happened to more men. This happened to more men than you would believe. Maybe more than I'm even talking about. But again, this woman, she sent men to kill him. If it was okay, because look at this. Look at like this. What did they have? What does they have for gangsters? The RICO charge or whatever they call it. If a boss sent men to take out another dude, that boss is going to jail because he sent the hit. But a woman, she sent men to take her boyfriend out. But all of a sudden, she's trying to make excuses. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, I was my adrenaline. Nothing has happened to her. A boss of a gang who sent some men, they sent it to do a hit, who issues a hit, he going to prison 20 to life. A woman who set up a hit, oh, she get what did Mr. Goodbread said? Slap on the wrist. Now, before I showed up my last video, because the last video is actually going to be quite lengthy, I wanted to talk about this Derek Jackson video. This clip with Derek Jackson's wife. And I wanted to do a little breakdown on that, which I kind of think is actually comical. I'll be honest with you on that. It's kind of comical that she's going up there and talking all this about Kevin. I mean, not Kevin, but Derek. Of Derek Jackson. When Derek Jackson, ironically, was the main dude that these modern women will be listening to. He talking all this stuff. Now I've seen some Derek Jackson videos, but I can't for the life of me remember what the fuck he was talking about. But he was talking about some BS. He will always talk about BS that these modern women will listen to. And then they will follow his advice and break up a family, break up a home. Matter of fact, I know several women who would listen to Derek Jackson and they cheated on their husband. They broke up their families. They were cheating on their husbands and they broke up their families because they were listening to Derek Jackson. All the while, Derek Jackson cheating on his wife. Oh, was she cheating? Let's actually watch.
What did that do to you?
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Stop. Let that sit there. You said you knew another woman's body better than you knew your own.
Yes, several women. I know several. I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own, and I spent a lot of time. Like I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear. I knew when they were when they had met up. So I watched their videos of them having sex, so I would try to recreate that in our relationship so that he could choose me and want me. And that is a low point to be, and I'm tearing up a little bit because I hate that I even got to a point where that was a thing, but that it was. And so I knew several other women better than I knew my own. Completely lost myself. I became a shell of myself. I tried to imitate their hair, their actions,
even my
God, things that I had seen him doing with them. I tried to recreate that.
Oh Lord!
When we were engaged, and none of it amounted to anything.
This is why I'm not even right. This is why Kevin Samuels used to say, "Men don't cheat; they exercise options." He was married, and she knew about it. And this is why I don't feel sorry for her as well. This is another reason why I don't feel sorry for her. Right? She knew about it. The only reason why she divorced him, I think he might have divorced. I think he might have divorced her. But the only reason why she's talking about it now is because she was embarrassed. He got caught up. He was doing this with several different women, multiple women. She knew about it. She saw the tapes. But he got caught twice. Remember, the first time he got caught, he had the video with the wife holding their hand, like, I'm sorry for what I did, and we're going to make this work with God, and yada, yada, yada. Then what happened the next week? He got caught with another chick in Miami or something. And this is another thing about a lot of modern women. A lot of modern women be knowing their husbands be cheating, but he is a high value man. They let it slide. Example, what's him? Adam Levine. Adam Levine was dealing with a young chick. Even to the point where when his wife had a baby, he named the child after the chick he was smashing. The chick tried to expose him, and that's another thing why men get caught in cheating, because women want to expose and get famous off of that crap. The chick tried to expose him. What did that wife say? She said, "I don't care." She said, "I don't care." She said, "I don't care. This dude is a multi-platinum artist, millions of dollars. He takes care of me. If I divorce this dude, I may get child support, I may get whatever, but I'm gonna have to work and take care of his children. I don't want to do that." But this goes to show you, and that's why I don't feel sorry for her, because there was another clip where she was talking about, she would walk past these women, walk past him after he was done with one of them, and then she would go and do her turn. These women know about each other. She knew the whole time he was smashing other chicks. But the fact that he got caught in public is what made her want to leave him.
What did that do to you?
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, "I knew her body better than I knew my own."
Stop. Let that sit there.
Look at this simp. Look at this simp.
You knew another woman's body better than you knew your own.
And then on top of that, these modern women always want to make some type of sympathy. Oh, I knew a woman's body better than I knew my own. Get out of here, yo. I get that she was trying to be the chosen one and satisfy Derek as best as she could. But get out of here talking about, I lost myself. I'm a shell of myself. Get out of here with that. You knew what you was doing. She knew what she was doing. This is not like he was being a creep. She saw the videos.
Yes, several women. I know I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. And I spent a lot of time, like I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear. I knew when they had met up. So I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate that and recreate
That's
that in
crazy.
our relationships so that he could choose me and want me. And that is a low point to be. And I'm tearing up a little bit because I hate that I even got to a point where that was a thing, but that it was just that. And so I knew other women's bodies better than I knew my own. I completely lost myself. I became a shell of myself. I tried to imitate their hair, their actions, even sexual things that I had seen him doing with them. I tried to recreate that in our life when we were engaged, and none of it amounted to anything.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. She was the wife. She was the wife. Modern women are using her situation to be like, oh, this is why the modest women, this is why women shouldn't be modest because they always get played. But the 304s get played too. But they're worse because she was the wife. When they divorced, she getting half his assets. What are these 304 getting? They might get a trip to Dubai real quick, trip to Miami. That's it. Derek Jackson's wife, I cannot remember her name for the life of me. She will be getting this man's alimony payments, half his assets, all he worked for a few years. All the girls he was smashing, they ain't getting nothing. They're not even getting FaceTime on those TV shows or whatever. This is getting crazy. This is crazy. I wanted to just break down that real quick. So for the last video, there's going to be a lengthy video. Shout out to this YouTube page called Red Tree Crime.
On February 3rd, 2008, Rebecca Fenton
started a little early, but it's going to be this woman thinks she could literally get away with murder. And there's been several videos. There have been several stories where women have tried to set their husband up for murder. And they laugh about it. They brag about it. Let's watch this.
And called 911 after she found her husband's body lying on the floor of their Florida home.
911, what is your emergency? My emergency is I think my husband's been shot. My house has been burglarized. I just walked in. I'm getting a pulse on him. I just came in from the gym. Okay, what is the address there, ma'am? It looks like a burglary. Oh my God.
When the police arrived on scene, they found Larry Fenton's body lying just inside the doorway to his home. The cause of death appeared to be 2 gunshot wounds found on his back and neck. At first, Rebecca appeared devastated that her husband was dead. She continued to cry while talking with the police and while talking with her neighbors, but then something strange happened when the media arrived. Rebecca's tears suddenly vanished, and she was seen laughing as if nothing had ever happened. While the police continued...
Damn, that is a cold chick. That chick is cold. That chick is cold. Yo, she laughing at her husband. She had like killing her husband. She laughing at that she killed her husband right there.
Continued investigating her husband's death. Rebecca was brought in for questioning.
I just want to get some just general information from you.
Do you
and
have
then
any
we'll talk about
answers? Have you found anything else?
Not yet. No, I haven't. I don't have any information. The other officers are out on the scene doing what they have to do. Okay.
The lady said that it was going to take some time.
Yes, it will. It usually forensics comes out there. They do the processing, and
it really doesn't matter if he's gone.
So, but the more evidence, obviously, we can get, processing the scene, the better it will be, and the quicker it will be to capture who's done this.
Good.
Okay. Okay.
Do we have an idea? Anything? Neighbors? Did anybody
the other officers are out there talking to the neighbors. They're doing canvassing, but they haven't gotten back to me yet. So there's more going on at the scene.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Something.
No,
Something.
right. Well, once we're done talking, then I can report back to the scene, and then they can probably give me some more
But they took
information.
the lady, the
right now.
man that they told me that he's definitely gone, that he can't be brought back to life or nothing.
What?
I know.
That is so crazy that she acting like this. She's acting like a concerned wife, saying, "Oh, that you don't know if you bring him back to life," when she set him up to get taken out. That is a cold chick, man. Men, this is what you have to deal with. There are several stories where women have either set up their husband and being taken out, or try to get him taken out. Was one story. Dalia DiPolito. She tried to set up her husband to send him to prison, and then she tried to set him up to get killed by a hitman. This is crazy.
What do you need to know?
Okay. As far as work goes, are you currently working?
I do a little bit of modeling for Bright House, but I wouldn't consider it work.
Okay.
I do a lot of charity work. I'm going to break my anonymity. I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous. I've been sober 3 years.
Okay.
And I do a lot of work with PAR and rehab. So
okay.
I don't work, but
okay. Do you have an agent?
Real quick, that's a red flag right there. If she is an alcoholic, if she does like overconsumption of drugs, that's a red flag right there. That means she has an addiction problem. And it's going to come back on you when something bad happens. When she wants to break that shit or something happens and she don't like it, it's gonna come back on you.
Do you have an angel?
No, an agent for your modeling career.
I have a friend.
Okay. So it's like private. You're not with an agency. Okay.
When this incident happened, we have an in-law apartment in the back that we turned into a gym. I was in the gym, in our gym, when this happened.
Okay. Tell me about today, when you guys first got up. Anything unusual or strange happen in the morning? First of all, what time did you guys get up?
I had to get up a little bit earlier than usual because I was taking a girl that I have to tell you, I'm in the program. I hate to break my anonymity, but it has a lot to do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the girls that I sponsor is in the PAR program. I had to pick her up to take her to a morning meeting that started at 9:45.
Okay.
And that meeting's probably 200 people saw us there.
Okay.
Larry had told me before his trip that he didn't want to do anything. He was going to go to the gym, come home, do a little bit of work on his laptop, and then he was going to watch golf.
Mm-hmm.
Something about Tiger Woods playing in Dubai, and then, of course, try to take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
This poor guy went to bed early, and he wanted to stay awake for the Super Bowl.
Right. Okay.
And that's where he was left when this happened.
Okay.
Where was Larry when I walked in the door? He was in the living room.
Okay.
And he was already watching TV.
Remember what he was watching?
Yeah, I joked with him.
Okay.
I said, the only thing that woods are good for is hunting and hiking.
Mm-hmm.
It's a joke that we have about Tiger Woods.
Okay, so he was watching golf at that point.
He had his feet up on the coffee table. He does it every step.
Okay.
Said that he wanted to take a nap so that he could try to stay up for the Super Bowl. I did come in at one point, just kind of check on him. I was like, how's it going? Joked with him. Who plays golf in Dubai? Where is that place?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, but I bet you know all about Mary Kay. And we just joked.
Right.
And it was just a checking on him,
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting on the ball when I heard a noise.
Okay.
But it didn't sound like a pop. It sounded like somebody dropped something.
Okay.
And I also had music on real loud. So I continued to keep working out. And then all of a sudden I was like, and I wasn't concerned. I just was,
Hey, you already catch her in that lie already. She talking about, oh, she heard something. She heard a drop, but she had music really loud. Come on, lady. Come on, lady. How you hear something? You had music really loud though. Oh my goodness.
You heard something that sounded like you said it dropped.
Something dropped.
Now,
Something fell off the roof.
Was it one noise? Was it several noises?
No, it was one.
Okay.
It was it sounded like something fell off the roof.
Okay.
And I kept on doing my sit-ups. And then I realized, I was like, yeah, let me go check on him. But it wasn't because of the noise. Periodically, we just check on each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay. From the gym, what route did you take?
Walked into the back door.
Okay.
My husband was laying in the foyer.
Okay.
There was blood everywhere. He was laying face down.
Okay.
Is the back door open or shut?
Do you mean open, not locked?
Open, standing open.
No, it was shut, but it was not locked.
Is the front door locked?
The front door was not locked unless he got it to lock it, which I doubt because I walked out the front door to go out to my car and grab some Where and When and some pamphlets on some sponsorship for AA earlier. And Larry wouldn't get up and lock the front door. He'll do all that at night.
Do you guys normally leave your doors open, unlocked?
And I also notice how this girl's attitude is, right? She just saw her husband on the floor, gone. Pool of blood. She not crying. She's very stoic. She's very analytical. She's able to speak with the police officers with a level head. Now, I get it. You got to be a level-headed whatnot. But if I see my spouse taken out on the ground, I'm going to be a little distraught. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be a little bit, a little bit distraught that I just saw my wife taken out on the ground. Now, the difference here is they would automatically blame me if that happened. They didn't automatically blame her.
Not the front door, no.
Okay.
The front door is set up so that when you, I feel like I can't think. I feel like my mind's not inside of my head.
That's okay.
I haven't wrapped
Right. Well,
my mind around the fact that
it's a huge shock.
Rebecca claims that while she was exercising behind their home in a makeshift gym, she heard a loud bang. At first, she ignored the sound, which the detectives found very strange, but eventually she would go check on her husband using the back door to their home. Larry's body was positioned in a way that it appeared he had been trying to run out the front door when he was shot from behind. Larry's watch and wallet were missing, and it appeared as if someone had run around the house, pulling out random drawers, trying to make it look like a burglary. The problem was that usually a thief will run away when they encounter a homeowner. Larry had been shot in the back, which means he had been running away from the thief, so there should have been no reason a thief would need to murder the homeowner.
As far as firearms.
Oh. All right, let's get past this.
Firearms in the house. Guns. Firearms. Guns.
we did own a gun.
Okay.
We bought one very, very recently.
You just have one gun in the house.
Yes.
Okay. Is it a handgun? Is it shotgun or rifle?
It's something that it's a handgun.
A handgun.
I don't know a lot about it, but we bought it recently and it's registered, so I can't tell you the exact date.
Is it registered to you or your husband?
Don't quote me. I think Larry told me that it was legal for both of us to use, but only if we used it in the house.
Okay.
Like I couldn't put it in my car or tote it around in my purse.
Right.
And again, don't quote me. I think Larry told me that it was legal for him and for I, but that it had to be used inside of our house.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kept in our bedroom.
Did you ever fire it?
No.
You ever handle it?
No. Larry and I talked about going to the firing range, and I was kind of leery about it. We just never did it, and then we never saw the wreck job again. So it was like, well, it's there if we need it, and then we don't have to worry about it. And we never saw the guy again, never had a problem.
Just real quick off of that, when I stepped out, I got a call from some people at the scene, and I guess there's a cell phone there. Whose cell phone would that be? Open cell phone on the ground, do you know?
It wouldn't be mine. Mine's on me.
Yours is on you? Does your husband have a cell phone?
Yes, he does. And when you open it up, there's a picture of me.
Okay.
So you picked up the gun before, but just by like
He brought it home and he showed it to me, and I was just kind of like, I was like, hon, we haven't seen this guy in a while. And he was like, I'm going to take you down the gun range. I'm going to show you how to shoot it so you're perfectly comfortable with it. We don't see the nut ball again, then fine. When I'm out of town, if you ever need it, he said, but I will tell you this, it's only legal to use in the house. You can't go toting it around.
Right.
He joked with me, said you can't get PMS and maybe you want it. And I was like, I understand.
Right.
And he was like, this is where it's going to be kept.
Where did you guys keep it in the house?
And here's another thing I learned in my interrogations. When the suspect is babbling like this, when the person is babbling like this, oh, they definitely did it. The way she babbling, oh, she definitely did it. She trying to get the cops off her scent because they questioning her, and they keep the people who are suspect, they'll keep talking in order for them to not be looked at as a suspect at all. They keep the officers engaged.
In our armoire, in our bedroom, in the third drawer, on the left side.
Okay. Was it in a gun case?
It was in like a canvas.
Did it come with the gun? In other words, or was it just a canvas case that you guys?
No, I think that it came with the gun.
While the police were investigating the crime scene, they noticed that Larry's vehicle was not parked in the driveway. What's interesting is that the police would find the vehicle less than a block away, parked on the side of the road. Inside, they would find all the items, including cash, that had been stolen from Larry's home.
Damn.
Why would a thief kill a homeowner that wasn't a threat? Steal any valuables they could find? Take a vehicle that's in the driveway, only to leave everything inside less than 2 blocks away?
All right. How many cars do you have?
It took me probably 15, 20 minutes after everybody arrived. I was talking to a police officer, and it dawned on me that my husband's vehicle was missing. And I turned to him, I go, where the hell is my husband's Jeep?
Where's the keep the keys for the Jeep?
There's a old antique desk in our dining room.
Is that on the first floor or the second floor?
It's on the first floor.
It's in an antique desk in the dining room.
Yeah, he keeps that. He keeps his wallet.
He keeps all that in there?
When he comes in.
Okay, so he wouldn't sit around the house with his keys in his pocket?
No, I can tell you exactly. We both keep our keys.
How many people know where you keep your keys?
Me and my husband.
Nobody else?
No. Nobody's been in our house, even good friends. It's kind of been a choice of ours, but also we just...
Does he leave any keys in the car?
Never.
Is there a spare key in the car, a hide-a key or something?
I don't know if my husband has a hide-a key or a spare key to his Jeep. I know that there's 2 sets of keys in the car.
And where are your sets at?
I have a set on me. I have a set on me.
Okay.
And I have an extra set that's also in that antique desk. Larry had, I think I have 2 sets when we purchased the car. The 2005.
Did you have those keys on you today, or did you take them when you left?
I took them when I came in. I grabbed my keys. After I realized what had happened, I grabbed my keys off of. They were on the kitchen counter, and I grabbed them off the kitchen counter. When I realized that my house had been ransacked, I ran upstairs. When I saw how bad it was, my first thought was, I better get out of here.
Where was your house ransacked at?
Where?
The whole house, or any particular?
The living room. I noticed that the living room was, my bedroom was, our bedroom was, but especially my husband's office. And I went to reach on the floor for the phone because that's where all of our numbers are. And I was like, let me get out of here. So I went out.
What floor did you go to?
The second floor.
Okay, so you came in, you
Saw
saw
my
him.
husband. I felt her pulse.
And then you went upstairs?
Yes, I did.
What'd you go upstairs for?
Because when I turned the corner and saw the living room had been ransacked, I went upstairs to see what the hell had happened.
Okay.
And I yelled. I said, I'm loaded. I have the police following me. So if you're in my house, you better come out now.
Oh my God. She's trying to act like she was the hero. Bro, she's just making stuff that's on the spot. This is vindictive. This is, oh my God. This is the how vindictive these modern women can be. Vindictive. You know why she did it? She did it because she thought she can get away with it. She did it because women usually are not held accountable for this type of stuff.
When did you call 911?
I saw that the house had been ransacked. I ran back down. I checked my husband again for a pulse.
Did he have a pulse the first time?
I couldn't tell.
What about the second time?
I didn't feel one, but I didn't know if I was feeling in the right place.
Okay.
I got out of the house. I went to my car, which was in the driveway. I opened up the door and I called you guys.
They find it very strange that after Rebecca finds her husband's body and she checks his pulse, she runs around the house unarmed to see what happened.
Right.
After looking through every room in the house, she then checks her husband's pulse a second time, then goes outside to call the police. Rebecca says that the first pulse check did not confirm Larry was dead. So why didn't she immediately dial 911 and ask for an ambulance?
Exactly.
Also, why did she stay in a house that potentially had a murderer inside?
Okay.
And then I got out of my car and I was hysterical and I just started pacing the driveway. I was like, somebody's got to get here now. If he's still alive, maybe you can help him. Trying to remember what else I said.
What did they tell you on the phone?
Try to calm down. What is your name? Help is on the way. Was he shot or was he stabbed? I told him that I didn't know. I couldn't tell. I just kept, I don't know if I was screaming. I just kept saying.
When you checked him, you just checked his pulse?
His eyes were open. I checked here.
Was he face up or face down?
He was face down.
Face down?
Blood all around him.
How was his head? Was his head down or to the
His
side?
head was to the side and his eyes were open, and that's what made me think that maybe he was alive, and if I could get an ambulance out there fast enough, maybe we could save his life.
Okay. So you checked his pulse?
You checked his pulse twice.
I checked his neck. When I came back down the stairs, they checked his arm. And then I thought it was a good idea if I got out of the house to just call the police.
Okay. You didn't try CPR, didn't try to revive him?
No, I didn't. I didn't think it was a good idea to touch anything. What
did you think happened?
I wanted to know if my husband was still alive.
Okay.
Let
me just make sure I understand you right. You came in the back door, your husband's laying there.
Yes.
You went to him first.
Yes.
Okay.
Screamed.
Okay.
Throughout this interrogation, Rebecca constantly reminds the detectives that she was screaming and crying when nobody was around. She says this to make sure they all know that she is the victim.
Where's
Yo,
Mike's, watching them freshly slice your
that's
sub
the
is
craziest thing ever, bro.
coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest.
Where's the nearest phone to your husband at that time?
So she wanted to let them know about the woman's defense mechanism, which is crying and screaming. When a woman does not want to be held accountable for her actions, when a woman wants to avoid consequence, she will cry and scream to get your sympathy. But she letting them know, even though we saw that video earlier, when she was talking to police, she's sitting there laughing, giggling because her husband passed away.
The nearest phone to my husband would have been in the living room, but our living room phones, the buttons haven't been working recently.
Oh my God. Excuses.
So my cell phone is sitting in my car. I would have had to have gone upstairs and either used his business line or used the landline that's upstairs. When I went upstairs, it wasn't to use the phone. It was to see what the hell had happened and if anybody else was still in my house. When I saw my husband's office and I saw my room had been ransacked, I went back down the stairs. I checked Larry again.
Okay. Was anything ransacked on the first floor?
Yes, the living room. The living room was ransacked. The drawers had been pulled out. All of my self-help books had been pulled out. This just happened. I'm having a hard time remembering, but I'll do the best I can.
Oh, there she go crying again, yo. Oh my God.
You told him to get an ambulance to him. Maybe he's not dead.
Why didn't you think it was a good idea to move him?
I just think that, well, I couldn't fathom the fact of what had happened. I couldn't.
What did you think happened?
There's something very wrong. He couldn't be dead. And if I could get an ambulance there fast enough, maybe they could help. I didn't think it was a good idea to touch him. I can remember being leery just to get a pulse. No, I guess I just watched too much TV, and it's like, don't touch, don't disturb.
What kind of TV would tell you that?
Just, I don't know. CSI, I guess. Don't touch anything. Stay. The minute you find out something's wrong, get outside, call the police. I just wanted to get an ambulance there because I wasn't sure whether he had a pulse or not. I didn't know if I was checking even right. And if I got an ambulance there fast enough, maybe they could get it back.
Rebecca keeps saying that her main goal was to get an ambulance to her location as quickly as possible. If that's the case, then why take her time walking through both floors of her home,
Exactly.
past 2 landline phones,
Yep.
and then go outside to make the 911 call?
Yep. Hit the nail on the head.
You don't have any enemies?
No.
Is there anything of value in the house?
Jewelry. We don't have any money in the house.
But nobody's been in the house to know that's there, correct?
No.
Okay. Any marital problems?
None at all.
He has a couple of ex-wives, is that
Yes, he
correct?
does, and we've never had any problems from either one of them. One of them lives right down the road. We're not friends with them, but they don't give us any problems, and I've never physically seen either one of them.
Rebecca's neighbors would tell the police that over the past year, Rebecca had lost quite a bit of weight. The detective is curious why her appearance had drastically changed, so he confronts her with this information.
It means she's cheating. That's what that means. Whenever a woman, because when women get married, they get comfortable. They don't never change for their man. They expect the man to love them no matter what. That's why when they get married, they stop having sex with you. They get overweight. They make excuses. Oh, I'm not your mother. I'm not your mother. But as soon as a woman, if the husband is not pushing her to work out, as soon as a woman starts trying to work out and lose weight, she's definitely smashing. Either she's smashing another dude, or she planning a divorce. Always.
What I ask is, canvassing the neighborhood, some people say that your appearance has changed slightly in the past year. You're a lot thinner in the face, and
Well, I quit drinking 3 years ago, so maybe it's.
Oh no.
But I've always
No,
weighed
I don't care.
And I watch.
but You were bloated before. Is that?
It didn't say, you know.
I want it.
I used, my survey date is 2/17 of 2005. I am clean and sober.
You're an alcoholic and you use
And I
marijuana?
use marijuana. Drugs are not a part of my story besides that at all.
Okay.
My husband did not drink. That's not true. Once in a while, he'd be out on a trip or something and he would have a beer. But my husband couldn't tolerate, he couldn't drink. He couldn't tolerate it.
The detective asks Rebecca to go through her day again so they can compare her story with the first time she told it. They ask Rebecca about any phone call she made, and that's when she tells them she made a phone call using her cell phone while she was working out in her gym.
Oh,
the inconsistency here is that
Got her. Got her.
that previously, Rebecca claimed she had to go to her car to get her cell phone so she could call 911, but now she is saying that she had her cell phone on her while she was working out. Unfortunately, the detectives don't pick up on this piece of information.
Did you get any phone calls during that time period you were home, or make any phone calls?
Did I make any phone calls? No, I did get a phone call from a girl that I sponsor, and I told, as a matter of fact, I was in the gym when I got the call.
Is there a phone in the gym, or she called your cell phone?
That's crazy. Damn, this bitch is cold. This bitch is cold. Damn. Straight up lied. And now that's confirmation that she set up her husband.
And I said to Gail, I said, is this important? Do you think you're going to drink? Are you having any problems? What are your thoughts and feelings? She goes, no, I'm just checking in with you.
Okay.
And I said, listen, I'm working out right now.
That's
She
the
goes,
same girl you were with earlier?
no, this is a different
Okay.
one.
So it was just a quick conversation while you were in the gym.
Yeah, it was like, you know, you're going to drink? If you're not going to drink and, you know, you're not flipping off the walls and flipping in or whatever and everything's okay, I do care, but let me finish my workout and I'll give you a call.
Right. Okay. Are there any other phone calls today that came or went from
After I
you?
came home.
Mhm.
None on my cell phone.
The other issue they have is the crime scene itself. The intruder would have entered through the front door, which means Larry would have seen and heard the intruder from the living room couch. How did the intruder get behind Larry to shoot him if the intruder would have been between Larry and the front door? Also, why would the intruder stay around to ransack the house, which would have taken at least 5 minutes?
Yep.
And why did the intruder decide to steal from this house in the middle of the day with 2 parked cars in the driveway?
Let me go ahead and skip this.
So if somebody came in, he would have been downstairs.
He was downstairs, and if somebody would have walked in, they wouldn't have immediately saw him.
Uh-huh.
They would have had to gone in a little bit and seen him at the end of the couch. They would have walked in the front door.
If somebody had walked in and walked upstairs without seeing him,
Could somebody have walked in and walked upstairs and not seen him? Absolutely.
you think so?
Yeah, because our staircase is right there. They could have walked right into the front door, but he would have heard them.
You would have heard
Oh,
him gone
absolutely.
upstairs. So the person that ransacked the place probably killed him first, you think?
Ooh. Ooh. They setting her up. They setting her up.
I'm sorry.
And then, oh man, what did I say earlier? What did I say earlier? Women will go to their defense mechanism of crying. Wow. She went to her defense mechanism because he posed a good question. He was like, so the guy went in there and killed him first? And it was established earlier, it don't make sense. If you're going to rob somebody, right? If you're going to rob somebody and then the person is in there, you're not going to go straight and just kill him. You're going to run. And if that person's running because the husband got shot in the back, so if the person's running, you're not going to take the time to shoot the person in the back and get a murder charge. Even if you commit the crime, you're not going to get a murder charge on top of robbery and stuff like that. You're gonna run. Sarita posed a good question, and then look what happened. I'm sad. I'm sorry. She crying. Crazy.
There's no way that you could have torn that house to smithereens without Larry knowing it in the way that he was laying. You must have heard somebody come in the door because it looks where he was laying, like, not maybe there's a confrontation, but he came into the foyer. There's no reason for him to come in the foyer unless he was crossing over the kitchen.
I'm just trying to understand this. What type of person shoots somebody, make that noise, and then take time to ransack a house?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I have no idea what happened. And I didn't hear.
And you didn't hear the car leave?
No.
Where was his car at in reference to where you were?
My car's parked here, and he's parked here.
In the dirt?
Yeah, he parked. Yeah, he gets to park in the dirt. I get the driveway. Sometimes he'll bring it around.
They really tore the house up?
What'd you say?
They really tore your house up?
I didn't look that
they
well.
Knocked things over, knocked over big items, tipped things over.
Yeah, it looked like the living room, the stereo system had been knocked over. I can remember that. Drawers pulled out.
But nothing was taken. The stereo was still there. The TV was still there.
From my antique store, we've got 3 pieces. They could be retirement, for God's sake.
And that was still there?
There were paintings in there that are worth $17,000 to $25,000. This person didn't know they were antiques.
But yeah, he took them though.
Did you know they're paintings?
Oh God!
Right
what were they looking for then?
You're asking me questions I can't answer. I don't know. We don't have money in our house. My
Do you have a safe
expenses.
in the house?
No, we don't. And my expensive jewelry is kept in a sewing box that it's an old-fashioned antique sewing box, and unless you know that the middle opens sort of like a Chinese puzzle box.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been in that?
Let me think for a second. I think 4 years, but I can't think straight. And
Did he or you ever sell drugs out of that house?
no,
No.
absolutely not.
So somebody wouldn't be looking for illegal drugs?
No. I am clean and sober.
Just trying to figure out why somebody would spend that much time in your house.
I don't know. I'm not sure what happened.
Do you have any questions of me?
I'm just trying to get my mind wrapped around the fact that he's gone, and I just want to know. To say, tell me who did this, but at this point, I'm just feeling like it really doesn't matter who did it because he's gone.
What? Again, she's using the defense mechanism, and then she's saying, oh, it really doesn't matter. He's gone. Using her defense tactic of crying, screaming to get the police off their scent, but they're not buying it now. The questions they're asking are good questions.
I want to know when I'm going to be allowed to go back into my home and see if anything's missing. Do you have any answers? Anything? Has anything come through?
Not
The
yet.
neighbors?
Takes a long time to get in the house and process. It could take all night.
That's what the woman said.
They're very meticulous.
Good. It's good.
And if the suspect was all over the house, they're gonna have to process.
Left something behind,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it was one person, or are we looking at more than one person?
I don't know because I haven't been into the scene. I don't know. I haven't been into your home.
The detectives have their suspicions, but they don't have any evidence to arrest Rebecca. At least, not yet. Before they let her go, they ask her if they can run some tests, more specifically, gunpowder residue tests on her hands.
All right. The only other thing that we're going to do is just do forensics, do some processing. They're just going to take photographs of you. Okay, they're just going to test your hands and collect some clothing. Okay, we have clothes here. We'll give you t-shirt and shorts. Okay, and then that's it. Okay.
We're gonna put you in your room, but we're gonna ask that you don't wash your hands. Okay?
Right, I understand.
Because you understand we have to rule you out because you were there, right?
The woman explained to me because I signed something and it said something about accused, and then it was she had to come in the bathroom with me, so I didn't wash my hands. So all of a sudden, I am I a suspect? And she very calmly explained that this is a procedure and this is how it goes and this is why it goes like this. And
see, we want to do this because we don't want somebody to say 3 months from now after we did nothing with you that you did it. You see what we're saying?
I don't understand what you're saying. No.
That's the purpose of us doing this, to eliminate you since you were at the house.
Okay.
So if somewhere down the line somebody says 3 months, somebody down the line accuses you for whatever reason, we can say, well, we did this, this, and this, and
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
You haven't shot a gun recently, have you?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
All right.
The tests they did would come back negative for gunpowder. While the tests were being done, the detectives had a chance to talk with each other. They still couldn't understand why Rebecca did what she did after finding her husband's body.
Of course it would come negative because she didn't shoot. She had a simp. She was cheating. And the simp shot the husband. The simp shot the husband because she was trying to get that life insurance. She trying to get that asset money. So, of course, she didn't shoot.
Just try to...
What if you could do SEO smarter and faster? With Wix, you can edit your meta tags page by page.
Try to get your line of thinking here. We were thinking about this, and both of us are married, and we thought, well, if this happened to us, we don't think we would have left our spouse's side during that time. I mean, especially if we thought there was some hope that they were alive.
I got scared. I thought the best thing for me to do was to get out of the house.
What were you scared of?
What had happened? Call the police, get people there as soon as possible.
What I didn't understand, though, is why you take the time to go upstairs. The danger upstairs, the unknown upstairs. Why would you put yourself in that situation if somebody was still in my house? What were you going to do if you ran across somebody?
Right.
I get killed.
Still, what about, wouldn't your main concern be, what if he's still alive? Maybe I can help him.
Of course I wanted to help him.
But you left.
I walked outside and called the police. I left the scene. I walked outside and called the police.
And left your husband.
And asked them to get an ambulance there as quick as possible. Because I wasn't for sure that he was dead. I didn't know if he'd been shot or if he'd been stabbed. And could they get an ambulance there as quick as possible?
But you didn't attempt any CPR, didn't stay with him. I mean, why did you leave?
I thought it was a smart thing to do. Get out of the house. Not.
What? That made no sense. So she went upstairs to see if somebody was in the house, but she didn't stay for her husband? Man, oh man, this bitch is cold.
Get out of the house and call the police. That's what I was thinking. And horrified by what I had seen and what had happened. I wasn't sure what had happened, and it had to have happened, and I was so close by.
Rebecca makes a mistake, and she tells the detectives that she saw 2 wounds on her husband's back. Paramedics didn't know how many wounds or their location until they removed Larry's shirt. So how did Rebecca know?
How would you know that there were 2 wounds, though, when all that's starting to coagulate and run together. They had to actually physically remove clothes to see how many wounds there were.
He was laying on the floor with his face like this. His eyes were open.
Right.
I saw a wound here, and I saw a wound what looked like in the middle of his back.
And what did these wounds look like?
He had either been shot or he had been stabbed.
Why do you say that? What did the wounds look like?
They didn't look like wounds. They looked like blood. I didn't see wounds. I saw blood on his clothes.
What color was his clothes?
It was a white, grayish sweatshirt. He was
Dark or light? And then, all right, so then you check the house and there's nobody there, obviously, right? So why'd you leave your husband there?
Call the police. Should I have stayed with them and
There was
put him
no
in my lab?
There was no phone in the house, or
There was a phone in the house. I
we're
did
just
not.
trying to understand why you did what you did.
Did he say anything? Could you see his chest rising and falling? Did you tell
No.
if he was breathing?
No, but I thought that he might be alive because his eyes were open. And I just bent down. I was like, Larry.
Did he make any sounds?
No.
At any point?
No. And I got up and I went outside and I called the police. If I had known that I was supposed to be with him, or hold him, or do CPR, then I would have. I think that I'm trying to think of what I was thinking.
Did the 911 operator ask you if he's breathing? What did the 911 operator, what did you tell them?
I said, I believe my house has just been burglarized and it looks like my husband could possibly be deceased, but I can't tell. She said, where are you calling from? I gave her my last name and my address. I was hysterical, so you'll have to listen to the tape to know what I said exactly. I didn't think it was wise for me to touch him, to get blood on me, to turn him over, to do anything like that. I thought that would just either make things worse for the scene. I didn't know if anybody was still in my house the first time when I found him. I guess if you guys would have shown up and I would have had blood all over me, I guess it might have incriminated me. I did think that he might still be alive because his eyes were open.
Even though the detectives believe that something wasn't right with her story, they would be forced to end the interview and let her go. Before she leaves, Rebecca wants to know why the crime scene doesn't make any sense.
Okay. I'm just a little concerned about the last questions that have been asked. They don't make sense to me.
What do you mean the last questions have been asked?
When you're, how could somebody have known that those keys went to their cheek?
You asked that. I didn't.
I know. I've got some questions. That's just a few things here that don't make sense. Why would they take keys? How could they have known that it belonged to a Jeep? You're telling me a neighbor told me the Jeep wasn't there.
And didn't you say you took your keys off the counter?
I took the keys off the breakfast counter.
Why
wouldn't they have taken them? They're out in the open. And take the Hyundai. The Hyundai is, Hyundai's clearer, a better car. It's closer. It's right there. So I guess I'm just a little concerned that there's some questions here that aren't making sense to me.
They're not making sense to us either.
Okay.
You're hoping maybe you could shed some light on it.
I don't know how I could.
Rebecca was released and she was told she was not allowed to go home for several days. This made Rebecca very angry and she demanded to be allowed to go home, even for just a few minutes. The police held firm and she was forced to stay with a close friend. The following day, the investigators decided to search her car that was sitting in the driveway. Under the driver's seat, they found a man's watch and the murder weapon. The gun was registered to Larry, and it was the same one Rebecca was talking about during her interview. Testing confirmed that it was indeed the weapon that was used to kill Larry, but there were no fingerprints found anywhere on the gun. The detectives decided not to confront Rebecca. at least until they had more evidence tying her to the murder. This decision would lead to the case remaining unsolved for over 5 years.
What?
Are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Academy Award winner Jennifer Lawrence returns for another stunning performance.
Let's fuck. 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 Fuck.
During this time, Rebecca tried to get her husband's very large life insurance policy.
There we go.
But because there were so many unanswered questions, the insurance company refused to pay it out. Rebecca would begin to struggle with her bills, and then one day she received a notice from the bank telling her they'd be foreclosing on her home. Strangely enough, not long after receiving this letter, Rebecca's home would go up in flames. Because the fire department could not figure out how the fire began, Rebecca received a very nice insurance payout. Not long after the fire broke out, the police would arrest a petty thief named Alfred Noland. Alfred realized he was about to break his parole, so he told the police a story about a woman named Rebecca Fenton. Alfred claimed that he had lived and dated Rebecca for a short time, and he remembers that she was struggling to pay her bills. Alfred claims that while he was living with her, a fight broke out between them about money. During the fight, Rebecca grabbed a kitchen knife and threatened Alfred with it. She told him she would kill him, just like she did Larry, if he didn't get her more money. With Alfred's testimony, the police had enough to bring Rebecca in for another interrogation. This one would only last a few minutes. As soon as Rebecca realized what was happening, she demanded a lawyer. Unfortunately for her, they already had an arrest warrant signed by a judge, so Rebecca was officially charged with murder. Prosecution believed that after her workout, she came inside where Larry was watching TV from the couch. She then went upstairs, grabbed the gun, and went back downstairs to confront Larry. As soon as Larry had seen the gun, he got up and ran to the front door. Rebecca then fired the weapon at her fleeing husband. From there, Rebecca believed that all she had to do was stage a burglary and put a few items into Larry's vehicle, but then she ran out of time and had to abandon the vehicle a few blocks away. She then runs back home and washes the gun residue off her hands. Realizing she was out of time, she hides the gun under her seat, thinking that later she can dispose of the gun properly. The evidence that they had, paired with Alfred's testimony, was enough to convince the jury she was guilty. Rebecca received life in prison without the possibility of parole for first-degree murder. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this case. Was Rebecca...
Okay, again, shout out to Red Tree Crime for the research for that. Damn, bro. And this is exactly what we was talking about. If the dude that she was dating, because look, she took her husband out, right? The case was unsolved for 5 years to 2013, because it was 2008 when he died. Then she was losing money because she wanted the life insurance. That's why she took him out. She couldn't get the life insurance. Then out of nowhere, the house burned down. When the house was about to get foreclosed on, what happened? The house burned down. Now she get paid. No evidence of her doing anything. And then look, and the only reason why she got caught, oh man, is because another dude she was smashing ended up telling. If he didn't say nothing, and it's because she was crazy. She threatened to kill him. She threatened to kill him. She threatened to kill the guy. If she did not threaten to kill the guy and become violent like modern women are, he wouldn't have said a damn thing. She would have got away with that. She would not have taken accountability. She would not have taken accountability for her actions. The only reason why accountability is being taken is because the dude, he was getting the police were going to put accountability on him for whatever he was doing, for whatever happened. He was about to break parole. So he decided, okay, I'm gonna tell about this chick because this chick threatened my life. And instead, he would do the same thing to me like she did to her husband. Wow, that is crazy, man. She had a slap on the wrist. If it wasn't for the dude to tell him that, and then they put everything together, she would have been free right now. Maybe took out another man. And this is what we're saying, fellas. Society does not hold women accountable for their actions, even if they take a man's life. They still give him the benefit of the doubt. If this was a man, and look what we had in the last video. We had evidence. We had evidence that the man was protecting himself on multiple occasions, and they still and they automatically arrest him. Here, there's evidence that proves that she did it. Her story does not make sense. I won't give it a benefit of the doubt. Wow, bro. Again, women are not held accountable for their actions. And you got to watch out, man. That's why you got to purge women out your life. Purge modern women out your life. Because anything can happen with them. They can say anything about you. They can call it an abuser, a user, a loser. They could say you a rapist. They could say you're a financial abuser, a mental abuser, a physical abuser. They can say anything about you. And then even when they get caught with evidence, they will still lie. They will still lie and make every type of excuse. Oh, man. If you can find yourself a wholesome woman to be around, great. Good for you. However, you have to purge modern women out your life if you want peace. Whew, this was a crazy, crazy video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Hit that notification, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know next time I drop, as well as if you want to help grow this page monetarily, donate to the Cash App. I appreciate you guys coming through. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I will see y'all again pretty soon. You guys be safe out here. You guys definitely be safe out here. Again, go subscribe to Mr. Good Bread Show and Brutally Honest Good Bread. Make sure y'all subscribe to those pages. And I will talk with y'all soon. You guys be safe. Peace.
Parte de mi mente del cuerpo, tú haces que mi vida tenga más sentido. Haces que yo quiera estar contigo. Tú eres como el agua clara que llueve del cielo. Cabrón. Te quiero porque quiero que me quieras, porque como tú no hay nadie más que me quiera soñar.
Chinga, qué pedo. Tranquilo, güey. Tranquilo, güey, tranquilo.
Con mis deseos en cuestión de piel.
Tranquilo, güey, tranquilo ya. No te merecía, la neta.
I'm done. My children is dead. I'm done. I'm done with life. And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done. I'm killing myself. I'm done. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Woman don't owe you shit with your dusty Tims. Can't pull up to a crib cause you bought a din. All outside with your ting like let me come in. Not even by the hairs on your chinny chin. Yeah. Woman don't owe you. Yeah. Woman don't owe you shit. Boy, woman don't owe you.
Hey guys, you hear that? Women don't owe men anything. No matter what you do, they don't owe you anything. So guys, don't take them out on dinner dates. Don't pay their bills. Don't buy them gifts. They don't need us anymore, guys. This song, did you hear the song? They don't need us for nothing. They're free. They can do whatever they want. Bros, just focus on yourself.
talk about this because you really can't be a man of value or consequence if you're out here moving sexually irresponsible. We're going to get into it. Jumping in all kind of freaky situations, not understanding the long-term possible ramifications to your brand, dropping babies all over the place, mishandling situations with people you're having consensual sex with, ghosting women after you hook up. Hello?